Thank you, Crawfish Wrangler, for the super. Any tips for those applying to join Hololive? Here is my very professional tips. Sometimes there's a thing where you're like, I know this is going to be clipped because it's always clipped. And also when you're auditioning for Hololive, you also watch these videos. I watch these videos. Just be passionate. I think that's the biggest thing anyone could possibly say. Make it sound like you're really professional, but passionate. Professional and passionate. Be yourself. I feel like I said that before. It's like really generic. And I think that's what some people said in the past too when I watched their videos. They're like, be yourself. And then I always feel like when you're in that position, you're like, of course you would say, be yourself. Yeah, of course. But it actually is kind of true. Don't know how to balance be professional and be yourself when coming from Gigi? Well, here is a little tidbit. Is that if you are you're applying for being like a streamer in a VTuber company, just that being in this environment, you're already kind of weird. You know? It's like you're already in this subsection of group of people where, of course, you have anime hobbies. You engage in anime loving activities. You know? They already know that. Just lean into it. Don't be ashamed of what you like. well, I'll tell you, I didn't talk about yaoi in my interview, so I don't know if I can tell you to talk about yaoi in your interview, but I did not talk about yaoi in my interview. If you have a random talent that you do, or something that popped off, just mention it. I can imagine if you were a fanfic writer and you wrote a really successful fanfic and you go, here is what happened. I wrote this fanfic and it got this many main views and this many kudos and this many hints, and I would describe it like this because if you compare the hint to kudos ratio compared to other fics, this is how popular my fic is in comparison to other things within this fandom. And they'll be like, damn, if you have supporting evidence, anything can look, you know, it looks good. Fake your confidence, never your credentials. Fake it till you make it, as they say, which is true. Me, who was a sopping wet dog, I just go in there and pretend that I'm really confident, and then it just works out. Then you remember you would need to be good at singing and dancing. I think you only need to be good at singing and dancing if that is what you are specifically auditioning for. If it is your strength and you are selling that, then you will have to be good at it. But it's never a requirement to be good at those things. As long as you have, you know, what is your quirky, fun talent that you do? Maybe you can do 10 backflips in a row. Maybe you're really good at one very weird specific thing. Like you can turn anything into an instrument. Or you could probably eat a shoe in less than 10 minutes. You should sell that. And then you would go, I would eat a shoe on stream in less than 10 minutes, and no one else has done that before in Hololive. And they'll be like, damn. That's true. That has never been done before. I don't even know if this was helpful. I'm just saying, love yourself. Fake loving yourself until it becomes true. You are your biggest fan. Oversell yourself sometimes. Because I feel like a lot of times people are underselling themselves. So in your head, if you can go, I need to oversell myself, you're probably doing what you have to do. You know, you are selling yourself just the right amount if you are convincing yourself you are overselling yourself because this self-loathing in your head where you're like, oh no, I'm not that good though. But you're better than you think. Believe me, Grims, you are better than you think in your head. You be your own Oshi. Like in Teen Wolf Season 3B. No, was it 3A? And for job interviews in general, if you are being interviewed by a person, make sure to ask smart questions. Having smart questions is a very powerful tool, and it lets the interviewer look into your brain, and it forces the interviewer to think about your questions. It gives a lot of information on the kind of person you are. Even if you think you know the answer to the question. If it's a good question, always ask good questions. If I were to have this job in the next month, what would my day-to-day look like? And like, how would you onboard me? And they have to think about you. Recontextualize it. You can always field your questions to other people. If you think you're wording it weird, send it to your friend. You're like, does this question look weird?